the Red Hot Reds podcast. Here are your hosts, Ricky Logan and Roger Straz.
Welcome to the Red Hot Reds podcast. I'm Roger. That's Ricky. Today we have a special guest with us. It's that time of the week that we have one of our Reds organizational players here. And today we have the 2022 13th round pick for the Cincinnati Reds, starting pitcher for your Dayton Dragons. And we want to welcome to the show, Mr. Johnathan Harmon.
Thanks for having me, boys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. How you doing? I hear you're back home in Louisiana. It sounds like the weather's turned around for you.
Yeah, it's going good. It was like being in rehab last year, really not having a much of an off season last year, and finishing up the fall league this year, and just having those months of November, December, and January just to myself. I really have enjoyed this off season. And I'm ready to get back to work, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm ready to get back to work.
Yeah, it's almost that time, like you said. I think you're leaving on Monday, is what you said.
Yep.
Pitchers and catchers, right? All right.
Yep.
Sounds good.
That's right.
Good.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about snow over there either.
It's gonna be. I checked the weather today. It's like high at 75, low at 50, sunshine. Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
No, for sure. We like to start out, Johnathan, every interview with a simple kind of question. You can take it either way. We like to ask, what is your first baseball memory or your favorite baseball memory?
Oh, man. I would say my first baseball memory would be when I was 8 years old, playing live arm for the first time, actually pitching to the hitters and stuff. And I remember pitching for the first time, and I just loved it. I just love having the ball in my hand. I love everybody watching me and all that. And that's like one of the first times I remember. And my favorite memory would probably be my junior year of college, throwing a complete game, one of the first ones in a long time in my college. And that was pretty cool moment for me.
Nice. And you say you started pitching at age 8?
Yeah, age 8. I was eight years old, yeah.
Have you pitched ever since, or did you do any other positions?
Oh, and I played shortstop and played the outfield, really. It's because my high school team, we weren't that good. So it was just like I had to play, If I went to like a premier high school, I wouldn't hit. I wasn't that good of a hitter, to be honest with you.
I got you. Yeah,
pitching just came naturally to me. So it was I had to work hard to hit. I had to work hard, but it worked out for me, though, so can't complain about it.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, talk us through a little bit of like your youth baseball. Do you have any like core memories of like pitching, like a no-hitter or anything?
Not to my knowledge. It was always all my memories is my dad being my coach, and he was super hard on me, man. He was super hard on me, and looking back at it now, it helped me out to suit me up for the long run of my career. But being 9 and 10, and having your dad be hard on you, it was just like, man, I got to figure it out real quick, But no, it was just like sharing that moment with my dad is really cool for me now, being up in pro ball now. But now looking back at my childhood, having those memories with my dad's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like I coach my kids in t-ball, and it's like I try not to be too hard on them, but it's like they still have to come home to you too,
Yeah, that's right. Each one what's best for them, You want them to be the best one out on the field,
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%.
And coaches' kids always get the hardest. I think that's just
100%.
the way it is sometimes because they can't yell at Jimmy or
right. They got to take their frustration out on somebody.
Yeah.
Just put on your own kid.
Yeah, that's fair. How long did your dad coach you?
All the way up till I was 13, and he kind of took that step back. He's like, man, I can't coach you my whole life, so might as well have you learn from other coaches and see how it is and everything. And yeah, till I was about 13, he stepped back.
Yeah. And then how was your high school career? You mentioned that necessarily not the best team out there, but how did you pitch? Like, what was it?
I had a good success as a pitcher, and I was our ace my freshman year in high school. Not saying much, we didn't have really that good of talent. So I kind of took the big man, like the guy early on, right? And that kind of helped me continue, like when I got to college, being my sophomore and junior year, being the Friday night guy, it was kind of like, hey, you're the guy here. You got to set the tone. And had really good success in high school. Might not have been result based, but like the process and like how I went about my stuff, preparation, everything I could control, it was great. Couldn't complain about it.
Nice. And yeah, like how did that go with like getting recruited for college? Were there a lot of scouts coming out to see you, or something like being able to see you? You were probably the Friday night guy for high school as well, right?
Right.
So.
Yeah, it was. I got committed very early. I committed before my junior summer, and it was very quick. It happened sophomore summer to my junior year, like high school. It was ULL was on me, Northwestern State was on me, ULM, Louisiana Tech, like all the basic Louisiana schools. But it kind of made my decision quick, just because I went on a visit to Northwestern State, fell in love with the coaching staff, had a chance to start right off the bat because they were losing all their starting pitching my senior year of high school. They were all seniors. So I just picked a place where I wanted to go play right off the bat. Like, it would have been cool to go play at LSU. Probably could have, but I've not been waiting my turn. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go play right off the bat somewhere, and that's why I ended up choosing Northwestern State.
That's fair. All right. Being from Louisiana, is like LSU. Are you a big LSU fan?
Yeah. When I was in college, absolutely not. I wanted to beat them in everything we did. Went 1-1 against them my college career, so got that. So, but now I'll root for them now. It took me a little bit, though.
That's fair. Yeah, and you mentioned that you went to Northwestern State University in Louisiana. In 3 years there. In junior year, you had pretty decent season, 3.52 ERA, 49 strikeouts, 79 innings. First team All Southland Conference in that. Like, what was the experience in pitching for Northwestern State?
That was it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had really good success my freshman year. Really good success. Won freshman All-American. It was a COVID year. I only had 4 starts. Thankfully, those 4 starts went my way. Thankfully, so that helped out my freshman All-American stuff. My sophomore year was a Friday night guy. Got absolutely ripped that year. It was kind of like a humbling experience for me. And it kind of going from my sophomore year to my junior year, I got a little chip on my shoulder. You know, I had something to prove. And by the good Lord above me, man, he blessed me to have a really, really good junior year. And, man, it just worked out. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, you said you learned a lot your sophomore year. What was something you took away from your lessons, being the Friday night guy again?
Right, it's it's easy to get caught up in the results of the game. You know, like I would go like 6 in and give up 4 runs, and like that'd be like majority of my year right there. And it's easy to be like, man, I gave up 4 runs, and the other Friday night guy on the team, the other team's really, really good, you know, really good. So we ended up getting beat 42, 43, something like that. And I'd just be like, man, you know, I can't get it done for my team. And that year kind of going into my junior year, I was just like, man, I can't worry about results. I have to worry about what I can do for my team, be a good teammate, control what I can control, right? And the Reds preached that. That wasn't the first time I heard it when I went to the Reds. I bought into that early on in college, and that helped out. Like, I have a really good mindset. Like, if I have a bad one, I brush it off. It's time to root for our team the next day, and I take pride in that. And I really learned that in those years at Northwestern State.
Yeah, and kind of going back into college, NIL kind of started around the time you were going in there. How did that affect your team or any decisions that you might have had to make?
Yeah, so early, I was in the early on, like the first year that it got introduced to us, it was my sophomore year.
Like the Wild West.
Yeah, 2021. And I didn't go to a big school. Like, nobody on my team was going to get anything, like, money-wise. But I remember Barstool Sports, like, brought out when it first came out. They were like NIL stuff. It really didn't affect my college that much, but now it is though. It has to now. So I really didn't get to experience it in college. I wish I would have. You know, been interesting. You know, but I really don't know. It's a big deal now though. It's a lot. They're losing a lot of kids now to bigger schools.
Oh, so, yeah. It used to be like really strict before NIL. Like, you couldn't even accept like a meal from somebody.
Yep.
And I think that was like the goal of it, was just being able to, like, you know, make a profit off of your name if the school's making a profit. And then
Yeah,
now it's turned into like free agency, which is just
yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm glad I went through the path, the time I went through it, because guys like me would have probably got lost in the pack. It's just how it is. There's just a lot more stuff going on these days. I was a very under the radar type of guy, and guys like me nowadays kind of getting passed up. And it's sad. Kids in high school kind of getting it's not as easy as it was when I played. It's more competitive as it ever been.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you end up getting drafted by the Reds, but like take us through we talked to a couple other guys like McChrystal and some others talking about their draft process. Like take us through like your junior year, you're eligible for the draft this time. What was it like, going into your junior year all the way up to kind of like draft day through your process, interviews, whatever workouts you had? Or what was that like for you?
It was so I talked to the Reds in the fall of my junior year to the area scout, and I didn't hear nothing through the season, through the summers. I haven't heard nothing from the Reds, and I had a couple of workouts with the Mets, the Dodgers, Phillies, Astros, and so the whole time during my draft time, it's like my agent's telling me like late day 2, early day 3. Well, I thought early day 3 is 11th or 12th round, so that 13th round came along, and I'm just like, man, I'm going back to school. I'm stressed out. Like my dreams, like I thought I was gonna get drafted, and I just seen the rounds keep going, getting passed up. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go back to school. I don't want to go back to school. I want to go play pro ball. And luckily, I got a call from the area scout of the Reds. He's like, hey man, we're gonna take you to the 13th round. I was like, man, this is gonna be the best decision y'all ever made, man, because got me over here stressing. But that's how it was. I was really nervous. I was a wreck that last day of the draft because I really thought I was gonna go back to school. But the Reds picked me up, and I loved it. I couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yeah, I'd say Kian Vu, I think, was in that same stressful situation when he was talking about when we talked to him. But Ryan McChrystal actually told us that he was playing Fortnite during the draft because he was checked out or he just didn't want to, talk about things you can control.
Right. That's exactly right.
So I don't know if you go back, would you want to like try to figure out like something? I don't know what your hobbies are.
Right, yeah. And going back, I wish I just got on a boat and went fishing or something, because I sat there at my kitchen table for the whole day 2 and most of the day 3. I was just like, man, just seeing everybody just get picked. I'm like, gosh, this is a terrible feeling, but it worked out how it was supposed to work out, and I can't complain about it, man. I've loved every minute of it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think did Kian Vu say he went golfing or something? It was something different.
I think he was trying to distract himself, but he was telling us that I think he was with his family and all that, so it was kind of even more stressful. I don't know if you were with Johnathan.
Oh, that's right.
I had a bunch of friends over, family. I had all my family, and I live in a very small town too, so I had a lot of like my community come too. So it was pretty cool experience. I got the experience with all those guys and girls too. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you started your 2024 season in Dayton. You had a pretty good year. And you got a call up in September. Do you have a call up story?
Yeah, in 23 I got I'm shoving in Daytona Beach. Like I'm on a tear. Like I can't give up a run if I try. It's a good run. You have those runs at times, and it's literally the next week's the last week of the season. And so I'm literally thinking, I'm packing my bags up, and I just get done pitching. I'm packing my bags up, get ready for the next series in St. Lucie. And we have a team meeting, and Julio, he's going to be the Dayton coach this year. He was over there in Daytona with us, and he's a very fiery guy. He loves bringing the energy, bringing the juice, and he comes up to us and he's like telling us about like how bad we did and like just kind of like downplaying it and stuff. And he's like, he comes in, he's like, Harmon, you're going up to Dayton, baby. Go give it hell for the last week, And I'm like, oh man, you just go from getting ripped to absolutely just going on cloud 9, like you just get an extra step closer to your dream,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever been called up, though. That's the only time. So hopefully this year I can mix one in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know that, he had like a rough, injury to end your 2024 season with Dayton and all that. And basically, what was that like rehab situation for you? It happened in June, I think, 2024.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of right in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Long process back, unfortunately, Tommy John, right? So like
Yeah.
take us through what went on for you then.
Yeah, so to start off like the 24 season in that months of April and May, I was terrible. I was terrible. I had like a 7 those first 2 months, and then like something just clicked that month of May and June, and I literally went on like a 18.2 scoreless streak before I blew out one pitch of the week against the Great Lake Loons, like going 7 innings, shutouts, and then the next week, literally after winning pitch of the week, second pitch of the game, I knew something was wrong. Like I felt it, but I tried to keep pitching through it. I tried to be a tough guy, but they ended up making out of the first inning. And but looking back at it, in the moment, I thought it was gonna be the worst thing of all time. I thought it was going because I can't sit still. I got to be doing something. Very high energy guy, but you're in that brace. You ain't doing nothing for 6 weeks. But looking back at it now, reflecting on it, is the best thing that ever happened to me in my career. Being away from the game for so long kind of made me think I was taking stuff for granted a little bit, but not really. But it's kind of that feeling. But when I came back, I've never enjoyed the game so much than I have ever had. And just being back on the field this year, it brought me back so much joy. That competitive fire I've missed, I got back. But the rehab process, during it, I was probably not the nicest guy of all time. I was very, very mad and sad all the time. But like I treated my work like a professional. I went to work every day, willing to get better. And the Reds do a cool part, man, where we rehab with the big league guys, and to see how they operate, pick their brains, and to see how different it is when you get to that level. Like everything, the money, the just all that stuff. It's just like, man, I got to get there. The drive even got more for me. It's like I want that. I want to be that. So looking back at it now, the best thing that ever happened to me in my career, hands down.
Really?
Yeah, because you would have rehabbed with like Brandon Williamson, wouldn't you?
He will, Julian Aguilar, TJ Antone, spectacular guy. I went in there. Hunter Green was in there for a few weeks. Wade Miley. It was some vets in there, some all stars. So getting to see those guys work all the time, man, it was something special. It was something special. I would never forget it.
Yeah, and then you came back and you pitch 22 and 2/3 innings, 19 strikeouts, a 1.59 ERA in 5 games. I mean, how great did that feel to get back?
I couldn't ask for anything better. And if you would have told me that when I was rehabbing the complex league, I would have kissed you on the mouth. I'll be honest with you, man, because I was getting ripped in Arizona on my rehab starters, man. I'm just like, man, I ain't gonna be the same. I ain't the same guy. I was having doubts, but once the lights turned on, man, it was like it's just something. It's a whole different game up there. It was fun, and to dominate like that, like I did, man, I couldn't ask for anything more. That's what you work for, those 14 months right there. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah. What's it like? I guess to go off of that, what's it like pitching in Dayton? As comparing, we've heard some guys talk about Daytona versus Dayton, but like, what's your experience versus Daytona versus Dayton?
So I actually enjoy playing in Daytona. A lot of guys don't. I actually enjoyed it because they're like actually on top of you over there in Daytona. It feels like it's 2,000 people. But it's not a pitcher's park though. You give up some homers there. But the difference in Dayton is 2,000 people to 7,000 people. 7,000 people in Dayton every night. It's the most fun baseball, the best atmosphere I've ever played in. Personally, my college brought 400 people to the stands. It's mostly parents and girlfriends and all that, So, but playing in that atmosphere, and I've never been able to play in something like that before. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. And when you're fighting in there, like fighting the 4th and 5th inning, and the crowd gets behind you, and it pushes you a little bit further, and it's pretty cool, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, that's great. And I know that the Dragons kind of had like a rough season in 2025, but came back and finished strong, 18 out of the last 19.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was crazy.
What was it like to be a part of that when you came back?
I mean, my first 2 weeks there, it was not good. I mean, we almost got swept against Lansing. Um, but to see the turnaround from those first 2 weeks I was in to finish up the last 3 weeks, losing one game, that's it was pretty special. Like you go back winning 15 games in a row. I don't think I've ever done that in Little League. I don't ever like you don't do that at an early age, but and to do that in pro ball, that's something special. And that's what we talk about too. Is like we can't take this for granted. We probably never go on a run like this ever again. So we actually enjoy being at the field, enjoy being around each other. We kind of rallied on that particular thing to carry us into the end of the year, and we started playing really good baseball at the end because of that stuff. It was very cool to watch. Very cool.
Yeah, I think the adage or the phrase that I think it was Vince Harrison or one of the other coaches told McChrystal or Crystal told us is like, just get one. Just let us get one.
That's it.
And I think you were talking about that one series where it was, and you guys play 6-game series, right? Like, so like you get the first 5 you lost, and then that last Sunday game, you just got that one, and then you got rolling. Like I guess as a pitcher that pitches like every 5 games or so, like or every 5 days, like how do you figure into like that momentum? Like, are you watching that and getting juiced up when you're watching?
Absolutely. So the streak ended the day before I got to pitch. Like it ended the day before I was able to pitch. But I remember like trying to keep the streak going leading up to it. I was like, I don't want to be the guy to let us down, Like I don't want to be the guy to go out there and hand in the game or have a bad start. And we got to use a bunch of guys, And our staff was very lenient on me because I was off Tommy John. So they're like, don't push it too much. I'm like, heck no. I want to give us the best chance to win right here. If I got to go 5, I'm going 5, boys, And I was just trying to do everything I could to make sure we were in the best spot moving forward into the series. That was kind of like my mindset on it because I knew I couldn't go 6 or 7. They couldn't stretch me out that much. But I just wanted to make sure I just gave our staff the best chance moving forward.
Yeah, and you mentioned like having that restriction on you coming off of your injury. Like as a competitor or just as a baseball player, are you like? I know it's kind of like a little bit of a balance between like best for your health, best for your like longevity versus like getting out there and trying to do the best you can as long as you can. Like how do you balance that? Like how does that work when you're coming back from injury?
Yeah, it was tough. There's some like the Peoria Chiefs game. I went like 4 innings and I was at my pitch count, but I didn't know it, right? I didn't like leading up going to the last inning. I didn't know I was at my pitch count. And I ended up getting pulled in the 4th, and I was upset about it, man. I was just like, hey, why are you taking me out? I haven't got to the 5th inning. He's like, Harmon, you just got off major surgery, man. Like you ain't gonna make the big leagues this year, man. So like we gotta take it easy, just enjoy being out there, just like enjoy the moment. And it was tough for me at first, but towards the end. Your boy started getting a little tired over here. I was grateful for that cap limit,
Okay.
So it was nice. And then the month of September, I'm like, oh man, that's nice to have now.
Yeah, I got you. It makes sense.
Yeah, do you have any teammate stories during that time? Like any like superstitions or anything?
So we actually got this kid from the Yankees, Alexander Vargas.
Yes.
We picked him up. And there's a fun fact about him. He only lost 1 game as a Dayton Dragon. Lost 1 game. So on this streak, we would just every time we won, we would go up to Vargas and say, "Thank you, Vargas," and like give him a hug after every win. Because during that stretch, when he was on the team, we didn't lose. So we were saying like Vargas is the reason why we're winning, So it was just like after every win, we just go up to Vargas and give him a hug and say thank you,
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess kind of talking more. You talked about Julio a little bit earlier, but he is going to be the Dayton manager this coming season. How is he? Like how would you explain him to anybody who doesn't know who he is?
He's awesome. He loves to. If you love to win, that's your guy. He wants to win. Yeah, that's always fun. That's always a fun guy to play for. He always going to have your back. I remember our first year in the Florida State League in 23, he led the league, if not the whole minor leagues in ejections. So he's going to bring that fire, that juice for you, you know, and he just wants what's best for our career, you know, and he's been up to AAA last year on the bench coach, and playing with him in the fall league. He kind of took that kind of maturity, like he got a little maturity about himself now, and he goes about it the right way and everything. And man, I enjoy playing with Julio. He's my guy, man. He's awesome. Me and him, we click a lot, man. I'm a very competitive guy. He's very competitive, and it was always a good time playing with him.
Yeah, you mentioned the Arizona Fall League. I forgot to kind of mention that right after your 2025 season. You know, you finished so strong with Dayton that the organization. I don't. How does that? I guess before you get into the league, do they ask you? Is it something they approach you with, or is it like something you can decline? Like, what's the situation there?
Usually, some guys have declined in the past, but I didn't get that option. I actually got a funny story about getting told I was going to the Fall League.
Okay.
It's literally my start day, my third week back. We're playing actually the Peoria Chiefs that same day. I'm getting ready for my start, doing my routine and everything. And our pitching coach, Willie Blair, goes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Johnny, come to VA's office." I'm like, "Oh, man, this ain't good." You know, I've been there for 3 weeks. You know, you get called in the manager's office already. Probably not a good sign, you know. So I go sit down, and VA leans back in his computer chair. He goes, "Johnny, hate to tell you this, man, but you're going back to Arizona." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" like I got a .93 right now, man. Like I'm on a roll, man. I'm on a roll. And he's like, "You're going back, but you're going back for the Arizona Fall League, man. Like you worked hard. Congratulations, you know." And that was a pretty cool honor, man. And I would be lying if I didn't tell you I really wanted that. It was like a dream of mine. Like that was a goal of mine. I mean, in rehab, I would tell my parents, tell my girlfriends, like, I'm going to the Arizona Fall League. And if I get that chance, I'm going to make the most out of it, you know. And the goal happened. It was pretty cool. It was a cool experience. But no, I didn't get the option to decline or nothing. They just told me I was going.
All right.
Yeah, because didn't Duno have the 3 home run game in the semifinal? Like, how was that?
So me and Duno, I was pitching during that. I pitched that game, and Duno was catching. That's the first time Duno's caught me in a game in my whole career and his whole career. So, and just the way he was behind the plate, like the pitch call, I knew right off the bat he was locked in. I knew it, but he was on a different level that night, though, man. I've never seen anything like it, but he was on a different level. That was fun to be a part of. That was special to watch.
Yeah, for anybody, because we're kind of in tune to like Red social media, just doing what we do, and there's some people out there that kind of doubt the player he is. Just tell us he's him.
He's him, man. He's him. I got a funny story too about that game. So Duno's 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm thinking like he don't know what pitches to call, you know. So I'm on an 0-2 count, pretty good hitter. Forget who was hitting. I shook off changeup to go to blow him up with a heater, you know. And I actually threw the fastball. He called the fastball. Kid hits a freaking double off me. I go up to Duno. I was like, "Poppy, I'll never shake you off again." And then I gave up a run after that. So that's just like he's just a special player, man. He's gonna play in the big leagues for a long time. So he's him for sure.
Do you have any player comps you would compare him to?
I think he's on his own pedestal, man. You know, I've never seen a catcher that big, that physical, hit a ball like that, man. I've never been anything around that before ever.
Yeah,
we're big fans of his, so that's awesome to hear, because we do hear, you know, the people that just have that doubt, just I guess just being, you know, fans and just not wanting to get too hyped up on somebody or something. But yeah, just everything I've seen, I mean, he's special.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
And for a big guy, we hear they also moves pretty well. Like
he's super athletic. Like I tell him all the time, man, you be an edge rusher in the NFL. He's like, "You think, Poppy? You think?" I was like, "I don't think. I know, man. I know."
Yeah, I was like, if he was born in Louisiana, he'd probably be playing for LSU.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be playing on Sundays too, for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And yeah, I think even McChrystal had a story talking about like he sometimes struggled with his maturity, so to speak, and kind of keeping his temper down. So I don't know if you saw any of that kind of stuff with working with him in Arizona.
No, the workload was a little bit different than what it was in the season. Like I think he caught one game a week. He DH maybe 3 games a week. So it was a very easy workload for him. I never played with him in the season, so I wouldn't know. But he was really laid back, and it seemed like he was enjoying himself, And that's what I would tell people, When in the fall league we stayed in the same places, like we would hang out, he's just a fun guy to be around, man, and he's a great guy to have in the clubhouse too, man. He's a fun dude, funny guy.
Yeah, and you mentioned like kind of the rotation that happens at Arizona Fall League. Is that kind of frustrating to because you only pitch like 3 innings, maybe 4?
Right. Yeah. They stretched me out to 4 the most, and that was the last game of my outing was in the semifinal. But for a starter, it wasn't as frustrating because I knew what day I was going to pitch. It was 3 to 4 innings max. Now for the relievers like Kunzel and Abel and Luke Hayden, like they're touching it for 1 inning, 1 day a week. That's tough. That's tough. So as a starter, it wasn't frustrating on my end, but as a reliever, I could see how it was frustrating for sure.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah, I at least I kept tabs on you guys with Arizona Fall League, and like it'd be like 1 day a week that Kunzel will get a chance. And
right.
I think even Abel, he left early or what have you, so he didn't even stay the whole time.
Yeah, Parks left early, and Abel took his spot. So I think Abel got like 2 or 3 innings maybe, and Parks had 2 innings.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I think Hayden had 3 innings. He ended up getting hurt a little bit, so he had to leave early. But yeah, man, those guys were like those relievers. It was a tough job for them, man. It was tough.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit before the show, but like, what's your kind of off season been looking like?
It's early on, November, December. I did a lot of hunting and fishing. I kind of have a rule of myself in the off season, like after the New Year's, kind of lock in, baseball, But early in the off season, I like to hunt and fish, go out with the buddies, hunt a little bit, fish, get in some trouble, but now when the New Year rolls around, so right now I'm just lifting and throwing. That's basically just my life right now. Soaking in some family time, some friend time, before I get to head out. That's what I've been up to most this past month, really. So
that's good.
Yeah. If you're up for it, you want to do a little rapid fire?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right. I'll play a quick little intro real quick, and then we'll do it. All right, rapid fire with Johnathan Harmon. Are you ready?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get it.
All right, pregame meal.
Spaghetti.
Favorite meal?
Oh, steak or crawfish one of the two.
It's got to be Louisiana, right? I mean,
yeah.
And you kind of touched on it a little bit, but favorite hobby?
Hunting for sure.
Favorite baseball player growing up?
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
And then if you got to many games as a kid, did you have a favorite ballpark that you've been to? And if you haven't, your favorite ballpark that you've played in?
I played in the Globe Life Park, the new one for the Rangers in college. That was pretty cool. But I grew up going to the old Rangers Park with the outside, the grass and the center field wall. That was my favorite park growing up. I think that was called Globe Life Park too. I'm not real sure. But that was my favorite one growing up.
And then any superstitions? I know Trevor Kunzel's was his right sock before his right sock.
Yeah.
Not really. I really ain't got no superstitions, not really. I kind of just do the same thing every day. Like my routine's like dialed in. I just go basically off that. So I wouldn't say I have any superstitions.
And then go-to song pre-game or just while you're warming up or anything?
Let it work out by Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I got my boy Weezy on there.
Let's go. And then
right.
this isn't really rapid fire, just kind of like the little end question for me on that. But what are your goals and your outlook for this upcoming season in 2026?
Hopefully I start in Double A this year. And man, I just want to put up good numbers, just give myself a chance. I just want to just give myself a chance this year and stay healthy. That's number one. I want to stay healthy, pitch a full season this year, and just enjoy it, man. That's all. That's really all I can do. That's the goal. Simple, controllable. So that's about it.
Yeah. I guess you said Derek Jeter earlier. Did that mean you grew up a Yankees fan? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I know it's crazy. Guy from Louisiana liking the Yankees, but my grandpa grew up watching them, and back then they only got like 2 channels in the Braves and Yankees, and the Yankees were really good when he was growing up. So we kind of just rooted for him like ever since I was a kid. Like my kindergarten graduation, I dressed up as Derek Jeter.
Okay.
Because,
I'll give you the pass on Derek Jeter. At least it wasn't A-Rod in the Yankees.
Yeah, I was a big A-Rod guy, man. I was a big A-Rod.
Yeah. And then I guess geographically, it was at Houston, probably the closest franchise, probably.
Yeah, everybody in my town, in my area, is big Astros fans.
Really?
So we had some battles, man. The 2017, 2019, those years, we had some battles.
Yeah,
you'll have to convert all them guys to Reds fans when they see you pitching.
Hey, that's right. And Great American, I've been to Great American too. That's a beautiful ballpark as well. I've really enjoyed it. I went there the day before my surgery, and they played the Pirates, and we ended up winning the game. So I enjoyed my time at Great American. It's great.
Well, I guess that opens up more questions about you. You've been in Cincinnati because a couple of the guys I don't think have been as north as Cincinnati.
Right.
I think Kean Boo has lived in Texas and then San Diego and now was in Arizona and he probably hasn't even seen any snow.
No.
Snow's not in his vocabulary.
No. But so if you've been to Cincinnati, have you had any Cincinnati type food or had any restaurants when you were there?
Man, no, I don't think so. I'm a very basic man. Like if I'm going to get pizza, I'm getting Papa John's. I don't splurge much. I think that's one downfall about me. I don't like to get out of my comfort zone really, especially with food. But I heard I got to try Skyline chili though. I've heard I got to try that. I'm looking forward to trying that.
Yeah, that you do. I will.
Yep.
I enjoy that at least a couple times a month.
Right.
You got to try that. Grater's ice cream is a local
yeah,
staple.
That's what TJ Anton told me about that.
Yeah.
I heard that's really
good.
And
then any snacks like Grippo's barbecue chips are the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
La Rosa's Pizza. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of them just personally, but if you like thin crust, they do have a really good sauce. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, Cincinnati's got some decent spots.
Yeah.
I know what's his name? The Barstool guy. Portnoy.
Portnoy.
He gave Skyline a 7.8. So
oh really? That's
pretty good
for him. Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. He don't hand them out lightly.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that you don't like to splurge, but Jeff Ruby's is a really famous steakhouse. And if you like steak, or maybe if a teammate owes you a dinner, maybe you tell them take your Jeff Ruby's steakhouse.
Yeah, there's also
I sure will.
There's also a nice steak joint if you get over on the Indiana side. I say Indiana, but it's 35 minutes across state lines from Ohio, from Cincinnati.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not that far.
No.
There's a place along the river called 3rd and Main. Joe Burrow's actually ate there, and he's said it's pretty good.
Oh, really? Heck yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have his own steak like he does at Jeff Ruby's, but
yeah, right.
Yeah. And we apologize. Sometimes our podcast gets into food stuff.
I love food. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know, Ricky, you got anything else for our guest?
No, we got the food out of the way, so we're good.
Somehow we get it in there. It came really late, this podcast. I guess maybe we mix it in a little earlier. I think.
Well, to be fair, the first player we had on here was from Cincinnati and Trevor Kuntzel. So we kind of
spots.
Yeah, he was his favorite ice cream was the black raspberry chocolate chip from Grater's. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And yeah, I guess you play in Dayton. Dayton supposedly has their own style of pizza. I lived there. I can't exactly remember what style of pizza it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the thickness or whatever. But Marion's, I want to say, is the pizza joint that says that's Dayton style. But
yeah,
again,
I don't know. Dayton had a lot of pizza places there. They live. That's like everything to eat there is just pizza spots, And I love pizza, so I didn't mind it. But man, Dayton's got all the pizza spots. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Well, then we end each interview with this one simple question. Maybe it's not simple. I guess it could be a little bit big of a trick question. But Johnathan, in our lifetimes, will the Reds win?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. We're up and coming, baby. We're up and coming. Last year was just a taste. This year we're going to make a little noise.
I guess, Ricky, I forget this. We got to add this question to our usual Rolodex of questions. But, have you met Tito and Terry Francona, or have you any interactions with them? A couple guys that we talked to off air had some blue-collared stories to tell us. So if you have any safe stories.
McChrystal said he wanted to run through a brick wall.
Yeah. We so we had a camp a couple of weeks ago in January, and it was put on by the big league staff, and Tito was up there. And I introduced myself, and he asked me where I was from, and I told him Louisiana. He's like, "Oh, did you get to meet Wade Miley?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got him known pretty good in rehab. How long we were there for, And so that's the only time I got to meet him really. But we had a team meeting right before a workout, before we go out and stretch and throw, man. He had me just like McChrystal, man. I was ready to roll, man. I wish the season started right then. But he's a great motivator, great manager, obviously Hall of Famer. And just to be in the same presence as him it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I know, going into this season, getting Suarez on Monday, and having him sign officially yesterday, just finally getting that middle of the order presence that they've needed so desperately since basically Votto's last healthy season.
Yeah,
it's awesome to see, and especially when you hear ownership was willing to uptick the budget more than they were planning on. It gets you fired up, especially for a guy like you who's already so fired up, and you're not that far away. You stay healthy. Yep. You're on the cusp. Yep. It's got to get you even more fired up, seeing that they're actually going in for it too.
Yeah, it's good because when I first got drafted in 2022, the Reds, we weren't that good, that year. It was honestly as a minor leaguer, it was like, man, if I have 2 good years here, I'm gonna be in the show. Now, obviously, that's changed now, which is cool though. It's cool. Now it's like the team wants to win, and the only way you're going to get called up if you're going to help them win, right? So it's very competitive in the minor leagues right now. It's very cutthroat, But man, it's just a great vibe every time you walk in that complex now. The difference between this year and 2023 spring training is totally different. Promise you, totally different.
Gotcha, yeah.
You hear that? Get fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start to. Well, I mean, your season starts super soon. In a couple days, you'll be heading down there, so that'll be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we heard that McChrystal already has a tee time already. I don't know if you golf at all.
they too good for me, man. They're serious about their golf. I'm just a country boy from the South, baby. So them boys up there, they can swing it. I can't swing it that good.
Yeah.
You're like baseball, hunting, and fishing.
That's it.
I don't know. They have too many lakes down there in Arizona. I know you've been down there. I'm pretty sure in Phoenix area.
Yeah, ain't much there. I did float the river, the Salt River over there, man. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool over there in Scottsdale. Yeah, that's about the only water source they got.
Yeah. It's called Death Valley for a reason. Over there.
That's right.
Not much living.
No.
All right, Rick. Anything else for our guest?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnathan, for giving us your time. We really appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck in 2026. Wherever you are, we're going to be rooting for you. I actually live about 20 minutes from Dayton. So if you do end up there, Dayton, or wherever, I may come and see it for a game. Ricky's
absolutely
wanting to see the Dayton guys.
Yeah, we're only about I'm about an hour from Louisville. So if you make it to Louisville, so we can always come down
absolutely.
there too.
For sure, absolutely. That sounds like a plan, fellas. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck. And
Thank y'all.
we'll be hopefully talking to you soon. We like to end every podcast by saying, "Go Reds."
Go Reds, baby. Go Reds.
Go Reds.
Bye.